Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something that's got retirees and soon-to-be retirees buzzing. A new Social Security payment that could hit as high as $4,873 a month starting in March 2025. Yep, you heard that right. $4,873 every single month. And it's not some pie-in-the-sky dream. It's the real deal for those who qualify. Now, before you start picturing yourself sipping piña coladas on a beach with that kind of cash, let's break it all down. How this works, who's eligible, how you can check your status, and what you need to do to make sure you're getting every penny you deserve. This isn't a one-time bonus or a random handout. It's the maximum monthly Social Security benefit for 2025, and it's tied to some big changes happening right now. So, grab a coffee, maybe a notebook, and let's dive deep into this $4,873 Social Security payout. Are you eligible? Stick with me, because we're going all in. And if you love getting the full scoop on stuff that can boost your retirement, don't forget to hit that subscribe button at the end. I'd love to keep you in the loop. Here we go. First off, let's clear up what this $4,873 payment is all about, because it's not a stimulus check or some special bonus. It's the top-tier monthly Social Security benefit you can get in 2025 if you've played your cards right over the years. The Social Security Administration sets a maximum amount each year. And for 2025, that magic number is $4,873 per month. That's what's hitting bank accounts as early as March 2025 for folks who meet the criteria. And trust me, it's a big deal, especially with some recent shakeups in the rules that might mean more money for more people. Think of it like the gold medal of retirement benefits. Not everyone's going to get it, but if you do, it's a serious win. So, how do you know if you're in the running? It's all about your work history, your earnings, and a little bit of strategy. And we're going to unpack every single piece of this puzzle so you're not left wondering. Let's start with eligibility, because that's the million-dollar question, or, well, the $4,873 question. To snag this maximum payment, you've got to check 3 big boxes. First up, you need at least 35 years of work under your belt. Why 35? That's how the SSA calculates your benefit. They take your 35 highest earning years, adjust them for inflation, and crunch the numbers. If you've got fewer than 35 years, they toss in zeros for the missing ones, which drags your average down and shrinks your check. So, if you've been hustling since your 20s, and racked up 40 years by retirement, you're golden. Those extra years just mean they picked the best 35. Second box, your earnings need to have hit the max taxable limit for Social Security, which in 2025 is $176,100 a year. That's the cap where they stop taking Social Security taxes out of your paycheck. And if you've been earning at or above that consistently, you're building toward that $4,873. Last box, you've got to delay claiming your benefits until age 70. That's the big kicker. Waiting past your full retirement age, or FRA, which is around 67 these days, earns you delayed retirement credits, boosting your payment by about 8% a year until 70. Hit all 3, and bam! You're looking at that max payout. Now, let's get into how the SSA actually figures this out, because it's not just a random number they pull out of a hat. They use something called your primary insurance amount, or PIA. It's the base amount you'd get at FRA, and then they tweak it based on when you claim. For 2025, the PIA formula goes like this. They take your average indexed monthly earnings, your top 35 years, adjusted for inflation, and break it into chunks. You get 90% of the first $1,115, 32% of anything between $1,115 and $6,721, and 15% of anything over $6,721. Sounds complicated, but here's the gist. The more you earned, up to that $176,100 cap, the higher your PIA. Then, if you wait until 70, those delayed retirement credits kick in, about 24% extra over FRA if your FRA is 67. So, say your PIA at 67 is $3,800. Waiting 3 years to 70 adds roughly $912, pushing you to $4,712. And with annual cost of living adjustments baked in for 2025, it rounds up to that $4,873 max. Pretty slick, right? It rewards folks who've had long, high-earning careers and patience to spare. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some recent changes are shaking things up and might make this $4,873 more reachable for certain retirees. Enter the Social Security Fairness Act of 2025, signed into law on January 5th. This bad boy repealed 2 old rules that used to cut benefits for public sector workers: the Windfall Elimination Provision, or WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO. WEP used to shrink your Social Security if you had a pension from a job, like teaching or firefighting, where you didn't pay Social Security taxes. GPO did the same for spousal or survivor benefits. Imagine Sarah, a retired teacher with 30 years in a public school and a small Social Security benefit from a side gig. WEP slashed her check by hundreds a month. Unfair, right? Now, with WEP gone, she's getting her full amount, and if she's already maxed out her earnings elsewhere, she could be inching closer to that $4,873. Same for Tom, a former cop whose wife's benefits were cut by GPO. Now he's getting that spousal boost, too. The SSA's adjusting these payments automatically, and they're even tossing in retroactive cash back to January 2024. Billions of dollars are already out the door as of March 2025. So, when does this $4,873 actually show up? The SSA's got a schedule based on your birthday, and it's like clockwork. If you were born between the 1st and 10th, your payment lands on March 12th, 2025. Born 11th to 20th? That's March 19th. 21st to 31st? Mark March 26th on your calendar. These are the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Wednesdays of the month. And it's all via direct deposit or a direct express card if you've got that set up. If your banking info's outdated with the SSA, now's the time to fix it. Don't let a glitch hold up your money. Most folks won't need to apply for the WEPP GPO fix. It's automatic. But if you're just starting benefits or think you're due more, you can check your status at ssa.gov with a My Social Security account. It's free, it's easy, and it shows your earnings history, estimated benefits, everything. I set one up for my dad last year, took 10 minutes, and now he's got peace of mind knowing exactly what's coming. Let's talk real-life examples, because this stuff hits different when you see it in action. Meet Lisa, a 69-year-old who's been a corporate accountant her whole career, pulling in $180,000 a year, above that $176,100 cap, for decades. She's got 40 years of work, so her top 35 are solid, and she's waiting until 70 in June 2025 to claim. Her PIA at FRA was $3,900, but delaying bumps it to $4,873 with those credits and adjustments. Come March, she's testing the waters with her first payment, $4,873, right on schedule for her birthday on the 15th. Or take Mark, a retired firefighter who just turned 70. Webb used to cut his Social Security from $2,500 to $1,800 because of his pension. But now, post-repeal, he's back to $2,500 plus retroactive cash for 2024. He's not at $4,873. His earnings weren't maxed out, but that boost still means a better life. These stories are popping up everywhere, and it's wild to see the impact. Now, a heads up that $4,873 isn't all tax-free sunshine. Depending on your income, up to 85% of your Social Security could be taxable. If you're single and your total income, think Social Security plus pensions, investments, whatever, tops $34,000 or $44,000 if you're filing jointly with a spouse, the IRS might take a bite. Say Lisa's pulling in $4,873 a month. That's $58,476 a year. Add a $20,000 pension, and she's at $78,476. Over $34,000? Yep. So up to 85% of her benefits, about $49,700, could be taxed. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to plan for. Chat with a tax pro or financial planner to keep more in your pocket. Maybe spread out IRA withdrawals or tweak deductions. It's all about playing smart. So, how do you max out this $4,873? Or at least get as close as possible. Here's the playbook. Work at least 35 years, every year under that drags you down with zeros. Push those earnings high. $176,100 or more if you can swing it. Delay claiming until 70. Those credits are gold. And if you're married, check spousal benefits. You could get up to 50% of your partner's PIA, which might beat your own if they're a high earner. Imagine John and Mary. John's at $4,873 because he maxed out, and Mary, who stayed home raising kids, gets $2,436, half his PIA, instead of her own $1,200. Smart move, right? The WEPGPO repeal might juice that up too if they've got public sector history. It's all about strategy, and the SSA's site at ssa.gov has tools to run the numbers. All right, let's wrap this up. Phew, we covered a lot. That $4,873 Social Security payment in March 2025 is the max monthly benefit, and it's within reach if you've got 35-plus years, max earnings, and delay to 70. The Fairness Act's repeal of WEP and GPO is boosting millions more, with retroactive cash flying out now. Check your status at ssa.gov. Watch your payment dates, March 12th, 19th, or 26th, and plan for taxes to keep it smooth. Whether you're hitting $4,873 or just riding the boost, this is your shot at a better retirement. Loved this deep dive? Drop a comment. Tell me if you're eligible or how you're planning your claim. And please, hit that subscribe button right now. It's free, and it keeps you locked in for more money tips like this. Thanks for sticking with me through this monster breakdown. See you next time.